Hello, everybody, and welcome into the Sports Edge High School Minute. I'm here with Game Time CT High School sports reporter Henry Chisholm, and we're going to be talking about some high school girls basketball. We're going to be going through all three of the tournaments: Class Double Class L, Class M, and Class S. Actually, four tournaments. So, going to be looking at who you think is going to win each tournament, who you think the sleepers are, and different teams. So, first off, I guess we'll start off Double L.
Yeah.
And Henry Danbury's the #1 seed in Double L, 19-1 record this year. Do you think they're as good, maybe, as people are making them out to be?
I think they can be. You know, they've got a lot of talent. They got Rachel and Rebecca Gartner, the two twins. They play great defense. They steal the ball a lot. The FCAC tournament, in none of their games, they scored 50 points or more. That could be a problem against some of the better teams in Class Double L, but I definitely think they are a legitimate title contender.
Who else do you think from Class Double L could make a run?
Well, you got to look at the defending champs, Mercy. I mean, they've got Maura Fitzpatrick. She won Southern Connecticut Conference Most Outstanding Player for their tournament. They're coming off a huge win in their SEC tournament. They beat Career 56-32 in the championship game. So, I like them. I like Career. Laurelton Hall, they won the SWC the other night. They worked so hard to win this game that when it was over, they didn't celebrate. Like, they were, mad because they had to play so hard. So, I mean, they're a good team, too. They've got a lot of talent, good coaching, Amanda Forcucci. So, it's a loaded class.
That sounds like a motivated team, a team that's mad after they win.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
we wanted to win by more points.
I think that bodes well for the tournament. Other teams, obviously, Career, as you mentioned, Mercy beating Career in the SEC championship game.
Yeah.
So you think Mercy is going to go all the way?
I think they will, and it's funny because they played each other 3 times this year in the regular season. Career won the first game. No, they lost the first game. Then they won the second one in double overtime. Then they lost in the championship game by 24. I think they've alternated wins and losses, but in the playoffs, they could play again in the quarterfinals. I give the edge to Mercy.
That'd be an interesting matchup. Moving on to Class L, Capital Prep, the top seed there. Can anybody beat them? They're the only undefeated team in the state. Can anybody really give them a challenge in this tournament?
I'll give you the short answer, no. I think Weaver can challenge them. The only Achilles heel I see with Capital Prep is they're not deep. They've got 6, 7 players that play. They had the same issue last year, and they still won the state championship, but they were in Class S. I think Weaver's good. They've got their 2-point guards that used to play at Capital Prep, so they may know some things. It's like Charles Oakley and Bill Cartwright with the Bulls and the Knicks back in the day when they made that trade. It could be like that. They might know some secrets that Capital Prep has, but I give the edge to Capital Prep to win Class L.
I like that comparison going back to 90s basketball.
Yeah, that was when it was real basketball.
That's right. None of this LeBron stuff. Who else in that class? Obviously, some different teams, plenty of good teams in that class, but who else do you think can make a run and maybe make a challenge in that class?
I think Ledyard is good enough to, put a good run together and challenge them. I think Hill House could potentially do the same thing, but I'm going with Capital Prep and Weaver. I see those two teams playing in a championship game with Capital Prep winning it.
Moving on to Class M now. Holy Cross is the #1 seed, 19-1 out of that NVL. Cromwell at #2, 19-1 as well. Are those the two teams that you think are maybe the two biggest contenders? Do you see any other teams coming in and making a run at it?
I like both those teams. Holy Cross, they've been good all year from a record standpoint. That one came in a non-conference game to Laurelton Hall. They lost 55-29 last game of the year. So that obviously raised a bunch of question marks about are they good enough to beat good teams, especially when the state tournament comes around. I like Cromwell. They've got Janelle Harris saying she's going off to play Division I ball at Hartford. Morgan, you got to watch out for. Sammy Ashton, Jen Dawson, Adam Killingworth as well. They've been playing really hard. They're without their center, Kylie Anderson. But, they play really well together. And teams like that are hard to beat in the playoffs because they just do things the right way. They don't turn the ball over. They make timely baskets. But I give the edge to Cromwell to repeat and win that class again.
And I think Morgan, obviously, a team that always has plenty of success. They could be a team that could be a sleeper this year. Class S, who do you like in that class? I might be happy about this one. Your pick here.
I got Thomaston.
That's right.
I know it was tough last year, losing to Capital Prep in the final. Yep. Capital Prep is gone. I think Bowl team you got to watch out for. St. Paul you got to watch out for. So don't get too excited just yet. But I like Thomaston to win that class.
Henry Chisholm, he knows everything about girls basketball in the state of Connecticut. Is that good?
That was cool.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thanks a lot.
Should we do I don't know if it should have been one.